It's easy to take computers for granted. Machines that half a century ago could only be run by highly trained professionals now sit in most of our homes, offices, and schools. Today, most of us have good relationships with our user-friendly computers, and much of that is thanks to Stuart K. He spent his career forging friendships between man and machine. But his is also a tale of mice and men. Take a look in Stuart K's old equipment closet, and you'll find the artifacts of someone who's always been on the cutting edge. As a boy, he dreamed of being an astronomer, even before Sputnik inspired the rest of the nation. And later, while working on a physics degree at Oberlin College in 1965, he tinkered with his school's first computer.
My first program was to aim the campus observatory telescope with by means of this computer.
A quick study, Card was hired to direct the computer lab after graduation. As he watched inexperienced students struggle with complex machines, Card was fascinated by the interaction.
I could first see the difficulties that people had in trying to use the machines on the one hand, and on the other hand I could see the structure of the behavior that was revealed when you just simply examined what they were really doing.
This fascination led him to Carnegie Mellon University to study with one of the founders of artificial intelligence, the late Alan Newell. The two combined their passions to create a completely new curriculum that merged psychology, computer science, and artificial intelligence. When Newell left for Xerox's Palo Alto Research Center, Card followed, and they set out to develop quantitative analytical tools that would strengthen the predictive scientific power of the field of human-computer interaction.
What we wanted was a kind of psychology that you could use like chemistry and physics, and you could predict things and build applications and get patents and do products.
One of their first projects was to analyze devices used to move a computer cursor. Alongside trackballs, joysticks, up and down keys, and even a motion-detecting headpiece was a device called a mouse, which was developed by previous Benjamin Franklin Medal winner Douglas Engelbart.
There was a lot of opposition to having anything like a mouse because the mouse hung off the edge of the device with this little wire, and instead of being able to build it nicely into the keyboard so it looked like it might be a manufacturing nightmare.
But Card broke down the actions needed to operate each device and scientifically devised a way to quantify why one was better than another. His calculations revealed that the mouse was so good, it almost perfectly mimicked what it would be like to literally move a cursor with your hand.
The mouse was nearly an optimal device, and what that meant was that if you introduced it to the marketplace, nobody would come up with one that beat it.
Convinced by Card's calculations to put Engelbart's device into production, Xerox introduced it with their Star computer. Apple Computer quickly adopted the mouse for their Lisa model, and the rest is history. As the world's first welcomed infestation of mice spread to homes and offices across the country, Card co-authored a book that's still widely read today, The Psychology of Human-Computer Interaction. In it, he established scientific ways to measure how people use machines. Much like knowing the processing speed of a computer, Card's mathematical models of human behavior allow researchers to determine how long it will take people to understand and perform tasks.
You could make predictions of things like how fast could people type, or how fast could somebody sign their name.
Such thinking outside the box set off a revolution in user-friendly design. His models inspire and empower designers of anything to tailor their designs precisely to their users. Card's fingerprint is everywhere, making things as commonplace as a personal computer or as complicated as the cockpit of an airplane infinitely easier to use. And now, in this information age, Card is exploring our relationship to information, how it's presented to us, how we sort through it, and how we find it. His insights have helped web search sites like Google make the process easier, faster, and smarter.
Now when we go to meetings, we're all sitting around with laptops, of course, and somebody mentions somebody's name, and within the next conversational turn, that person has been Googled, and somebody is speaking semi-knowledgeably as if they knew something about this person.
When we see that kind of seamlessness between people, computers, and information, we realize that CARD's work is not just about helping people and machines interact. It's about integrating machines more effortlessly into our lives, because ultimately, CARD thinks we can use computers to become better people.
It's kind of like a strap-on cortex. Because of this accessibility to information, it's really as if people are effectively smarter than they would be, and that's part of the dream.
The 2007 Power Award and Prize for Achievement in Science is presented to Stuart K for fundamental contributions to the fields of human-computer interaction and information visualization.